A very good morning to all. In the previous class, we discussed about prejudice. So, prejudice means having an opinion about someone or something without knowing the truth. And one of the serious problems caused by prejudice is the creation of stereotype. So, what do you understand by stereotype? Stereotype means having a fixed or general belief of a particular group or class of people. That is, when we fit all persons of a particular group into one frame. So, let us take an example. Here, you might have heard people saying that girls are not good at mathematics or fixing things, or boys don't cry, girls are gentle or boys are naughty. So, all these are stereotypes because we know that neither all these are true for all the girls or for all the boys, but we wrongly fit large number of people into one frame. Now, let us take another example. People say that the people who are physically disabled are incapable. Another example is that people say that the people of particular caste, they are miser. So, all these are stereotypes. So, such stereotype hurts the feeling of others and it also leads to misunderstanding and conflicts between the different groups in our country. So, we should remember that all individual or all social group, they have different ways of doing the same thing. So, we should respect each individual. So, this was about stereotype. Next, let us discuss about discrimination and inequality. So, first we will discuss about discrimination. What do you understand by discrimination? Here, discrimination means unjust or unfair treatment of a particular person or a particular group on the basis of prejudice. So, we have already discussed that prejudice is caused due to diversity, that is lack of equality, and this lead to discrimination. So, we should understand and respect the diversity, and if not understood, then it may lead to misunderstanding and it also becomes a source of discrimination. So, this was about discrimination. Now, the next term is inequality. So, how will you define inequality? Inequality is the quality of being unequal or uneven, and this inequality can be due to unequal status of the people in the society, unequal access to resources and opportunities, social inequality due to the caste system, and also the economic inequality due to the unequal distribution of wealth and income, and all these lead to inequality. So, this was about discrimination and inequality. So, let us discuss some of the differences that lead to discrimination. So, here you can see religion and discrimination. So, we know that in India people practice different religion, and India is a secular country where all the religions are equal before the law, and here discrimination can be caused due to the differences in religion. That is, when people following a particular religion are treated differently by the people following another religion. And you must have heard people also praising their own religion and hating other religion. So, such attitude leads to religious war. So, this was about religion and discrimination. The next topic is caste system and discrimination. So, in the ancient time, caste system was conceived for the smooth running of the society, that is our social system. However, with time, this caste system lead to discrimination, that is people were discriminated on the basis of caste. And here the caste system also became hierarchical, that means it was arranged in the order of rank. That is, the high class people, they were considered superior, and the low caste people, they were considered inferior, and they were also called the untouchables. And here the higher caste people, they were biased against the lower caste people, like the low caste people, they were not allowed to draw water from the public well. They were also not allowed to enter temples. That is, the low caste people were discriminated. But after independence, the practice of untouchability has been declared illegal, and the framers, that is the makers of our constitution, they set out visions and goals to remove this inequality from the society. And here you can see the picture of some social reformers who dedicated their life for the betterment of our society. So you can see here Jyotiba Phule, Dayanand Saraswati, Munshi Premchand and many other social reformers. So they dedicated their life for the betterment of our society. So this was about caste system and discrimination. Next, we will discuss about racial diversity and discrimination. So here, racial diversity means the difference among human beings on the basis of the physical feature, like the color of their skin. For example, once in South Africa, the policy of apartheid was practiced by the South African government, and under this policy, the South African people who were not white were discriminated, like they were not allowed to participate in the formation of the government. They were given a particular place to live, whom to marry and what to study in their own country. That means they were discriminated and no freedom was given to them. However, apartheid ended in the early 1990s by the effort of the African National Congress and its leader Nelson Mandela. So this was about racial diversity and discrimination. Next, we will discuss about gender disparity and discrimination. So here, gender disparity means the difference between men and women. And these types of diversities, it lead to discrimination. It is said that in India, women on an average, they are paid less than 40% as compared to men. And the census data, it shows that the number of male is more as compared to the female. And in India, the infant mortality rate is higher among the girl child. So all such differences based on gender are example of discrimination. So this was about gender disparity and discrimination. Next, we will discuss about economic inequality and discrimination. Here, economic inequality, it arises due to the unequal distribution of wealth and income. And you know that in our society, many people, they are poor. They don't have money even to fulfill their basic needs like food, shelter and clothing. And they face discrimination wherever they go. So this was about economic inequality and discrimination. So when India became independent in the year 1947, the leaders, they set out to frame the Constitution of India. And here, while making the Constitution of India, they took special measures to remove inequality and discrimination from our country. Here, you can see the picture of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and he was the chairperson of the drafting committee, and he fought against the inequality and discriminations of all kinds. And the Constitution of India clearly states that everyone are equal before law, and it also protects the fundamental rights of the citizens. Our Constitution also recognizes that India is a land of many languages, many religions and cultures. So, in order to protect this diversity and to ensure equal opportunity to all the citizens, our Constitution has provided the fundamental rights to the citizens. Here, fundamental rights means the essential freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution of India that are essential for the overall growth of a person and the community. So, let us discuss the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution of India. So, the first one is right to equality. That means all are equal before the law and all citizens have equal right and opportunity, and no one can be denied of these rights and opportunities on the basis of religion, caste, gender and so on. And as per the Constitution of India, untouchability is seen as a crime and it has been removed by the law. So, this was about right to equality. Next is the right to freedom. Here, right to freedom means every Indian is free to live or travel anywhere within a country, and they are also free to take any job in any part of the country. So, this was about right to freedom. Next is right against exploitation. So, this right prohibits child labor, that is, no one can employ children under the age of 14. This right also prohibits forced labor, where workers are forced to work free of charge or for less salary. And it also prohibits the buying and selling of men, women and children. So, this was about right against exploitation. Next one is right to freedom of religion. This right states that every Indian has the right to practice any religion of his or her choice, and all minorities, all religions can establish their own educational institutions. So, this was about right to freedom of religion. Now, the next one is cultural and educational right. So, here every community has the right to preserve and promote its own language, script and culture. Now, the next one is right to constitutional remedies. That means a person can move to a court if he or she feels that his fundamental rights are in danger. So, these are some of the fundamental rights which are guaranteed by the Constitution of India to the citizens of our country. We know that our Constitution have set up visions of equality for its citizens, but many inequality still exist in our society. So, children, we should take great effort to achieve and preserve the democratic values of our Constitution. So, this was about chapter Prejudice, Discrimination and Inequality. Now, next you have an activity. The activity says, why do you think discrimination and prejudice abound in our society despite the Constitution declaring that all people are equal? So, you have to write the answer and submit in teams. That's all for today. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.